नमस्कार, आप सभी का एक बार पुनः स्वागत है पीएम eVidya चैनल्स पर और एनसीईआरटी के ऑफिशियल यूट्यूब चैनल पर। मैं हूं राहुल और हम तय समय अनुसार लेकर हाजिर हैं सहयोग सेशन इन विच वी टॉक अबाउट मेंटल वेलबींग एंड मेंटल वेलनेस ऑफ आवर एडोलेसेंट्स। दिस इज द सेशन फॉर क्लास 6th टू क्लास 12th ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स और आज हम एक खास विषय पर बात करने जा रहे हैं। एंड द टॉपिक ऑफ डिस्कशन इन टुडेज सहयोग इज रोल ऑफ द पेरेंट्स इन एडोलेसेंट एज। एक ऐसी एज, एक ऐसा समय काल जो बहुत ज़्यादा चुनौतीपूर्ण होता है, बहुत ही ज़्यादा चिंता से परिपूर्ण होता है और बहुत ज़्यादा उम्मीदों और अपेक्षाओं से परिपूर्ण होता है, ऐसा मेरा मानना है। और मेरी ये सभी बातें जो है तस्दीक करेंगे हमारे दो खास मेहमान जो हमारे साथ आज के इस पैनल डिस्कशन में जुड़ेंगे। आप भी हमारे साथ इस लाइव इंटरैक्टिव सेशन का हिस्सा बन सकते हैं। हमारे टेलीफोन नंबर और ईमेल आईडी का प्रयोग करें जो आपको इस वक्त स्क्रीन पर दिखाई दे रहे हैं। We have two panelists in today's Sahyog session, Dr. M.S. Kariyappa from our Regional Institute of Education, Bhopal, NCERT. Sir, namaskar and a very warm welcome in the session.
Namaskar, sir. Thank you very much.
Pleasure to have you, sir. And we have a practicing counselor, Mr. Deepak Dubey. Mr. Deepak, namaskar. आपका भी बहुत-बहुत स्वागत है.
नमस्कार सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
आप दोनों की जो उपस्थिति है वो हमारे इस सेशन को परिपूर्ण करेगी और मैंने कुछ बातें रखी हैं जिनकी तस्दीक आपको करनी है और उनमें क्या अपेक्षाएं हैं माता पिता की और बच्चों की जो उम्मीदें हैं उन पर भी आपको जोर डालना है। सो वुड लाइक टू स्टार्ट विद यू मिस्टर दीपक एंड द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन अराइजेस हियर इज द व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ पेरेंटिंग इन एडोलेसेंट्स एंड इट्स इंपॉर्टेंस।
यस सर, सो एज वी ऑल नो दैट एडोलेसेंट इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट क्रूशियल एज इन स्टूडेंट्स लाइफ एंड मोस्टली ये जो एज होती है इट स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम 10 to 18 एज and it won't be wrong if I say कि पूरे life में एक ऐसी age which can entirely change the direction is this adolescence age and due to this age only students जो है वो socially लोगों से connect करना सीखते हैं, how to interact with them, they start developing about their self well-being and also they view world with their own eyes and whatever the experience they are going to have. इस रोल में, इस एज में जो सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट पेरेंट्स का रोल होता है बिकॉज दे आर मोस्ट इन्फ्लुएंसिंग पर्सनैलिटी इन चिल्ड्रंस लाइफ एंड देयर पर्सनैलिटी समवेयर शेप द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ अ स्टूडेंट। वी मस्ट नो कि जो रिलेशनशिप है स्टूडेंट और पेरेंट्स का इट इज ऑलमोस्ट एज इंपॉर्टेंट एज ये स्टूडेंट अपनी लाइफ में कोई और रिलेशनशिप कभी बनाए एंड जो भी ये स्किल्स स्ट्रेटजीज जो भी हम एज अ पेरेंट अपने बच्चों के साथ अपना रहे हैं डेफिनेटली इट इज गोइंग टू अफेक्ट चिल्ड्रंस लाइफ वेरी मच। इसमें अगर थोड़ी सी भी गड़बड़ी होती है इट कैन क्रिएट अ डिजास्टर्स इफेक्ट। तो वी ऑल शुड बी अवेयर ऑफ दिस एज कि स्टूडेंट बहुत सारे चेंजेस से गुजर रहा है, वेदर इट कैन बी फिजिकल, इट कैन बी सोशल, वो एक नई दुनिया देखने जा रहा है। तो हमें ये कोशिश करनी है कि हमें उस समय, उस इंपॉर्टेंट समय बच्चे का सपोर्ट बनना है इन अ वे ताकि वो कभी भी अलोन फील ना कर सके।
राइट,
यस सर,
बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं आप। और कुछ ऐसी प्रॉब्लम्स देखिए रहेंगी ही, वो तो समय का जो चक्र बढ़ता है तो जाहिर सी बात है कि उनसे उनका इनकाउंटर होगा ही होगा। ऐसे में यहाँ पर हम पेरेंटिंग की बात कर रहे हैं। सो हमारे पास एक अगला क्वेश्चन है फॉर डॉक्टर M.S. Kariyappa. Sir, here is a question arises, how to identify the problems among adolescents? यहाँ पर रोल ऑफ पेरेंटिंग भी आपको थोड़ा जस्टिफाई करना होगा। सो हाउ वुड यू लाइक टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, it is a crucial stage in a life of human beings. I think normally we can see that before going to the identification of the problems, let us see what are the number of problems we may occur or we may see among the adolescents. So first of all, we would like to see that an excessive energy. Normally we find with everyone, either a boy or a girl, definitely we find this an excessive energy. This energy due to their physical environment, in the sense they are going to be they start taking healthy food or it means excess of food compared to the earlier, then that is going to be become like a health, even their health is also going to become a more reasonable increase in that. So according to that, we need to be see the people are need to be engage them and all adolescents in that area. And one more thing, there are misunderstandings. So lot of conflicts these stages. That's why we can say that this is a critical age. In this critical age, there will be a more and more misunderstandings between the a peer group, even parent with parents and all these things. So we can see this kind of all the problems for and even aggressiveness or withdrawal. So a student or a adolescent, when he is unable to adjust into the present world, when after seeing or after reaching to this age, when he is feeling difficult to adjust the situation, definitely he shows some kind of an angerness. Or when he is unable to beat that conflict, then he may withdraw from that situation. He do not want to show or anything you want to be involved in that area. So such kind of problems we can see that, and even there is a rebellious attitude. So normally, suddenly we can see that a parent or maybe a teacher can observe that a student of adolescent age will suddenly or will be rebellious attitude. So indirectly, we can think that everyone or every parent or every teacher need to be think here, the students are not like kids. Now they are young men and young women. We need to be considered in this area. And another one biggest problem is physical awkwardness. So this physical awkwardness plays a major role in adolescence. So these kind of problems are need to be addressed in a right way, and where, because kind of the physical awkwardness is need to be taken care like a kind of providing some kind of an activities or gaming, dance programs, such, and they're involving in a social service in qualities in such. So like another one is excessive daydreaming. So normally daydreaming is a normal situation in this field, but if it is extreme, so there will be a biggest disaster in the life of personality development of adolescents. So such, if you see that this all the emotional tensions and emancipation means a teenager want to be a freedom free, in the sense they do not want to be controlled by any parent or anybody. So such kind of, we can see that even economical. So if you come to that an identification of all these things, so we can observe one thing, unrealistic perception of oneself. So normally, if all the teenagers, we can see this unrealistic perception of oneself. And when we see this, so when they are unable to behave according to their own, then we can see that the problem is going under a check. And poor academic performance or failure. We may see among this is another one to identify them whether they are in a right way or not. Another one is lack of congruent behavior. Maybe the behavior itself shows that how they are behaving in this stage, because when they are undergoing with some kind of problem or some kind of issues, definitely we can see them, there is changes in their behavior. Next, self-worth release. Normally, the student has capable to do that, or a child can do this, but still they depend on, has a doubt on their own worthiness, and still they takes opinion of others. And promise is curse, and this behavior is most of these teenagers or maybe adolescent students used to be spent. They want to close relations with opposite gender with many. So with these kind of behaviors and low self-esteem, so they have a lack of proper confidence to show or participate in the activities, or giving their oneness, or participating in a different kind of whatever the school activities are at home or whatever the things are there. So low, if they find a low self-esteem, can be identified through this. And also putting down others. Maybe so many, normally the teasing, name calling or gossipings we can see in this area, and we can see this is the another one, and dramatic or out of contextual behavior. So when you think about these conditions, so normally students may not behave in a right situation, or maybe will be in another bottom, or maybe something will say that according to the situation may not going to be behave. So such kind of dramatic situations we can see, and we can identify them how they are behaving in these situations. Next, glances around the monitor others. So normally the people used to take glances, okay, how he's behaving, how her behaving, and like such kind of activities we can see among them, and we can also identify through that what kind of problem they are undergoing. Next, putting self down. Even always they are underestimating their oneself, and they are always comparing with others, and somebody is having this, I am not going to have this. So such kind of a self downness also we can see, that is also one of the. Another one is a intention emotion of anger. I think for a small change also they will show their complete hangerness, and also we can see that when they are unable to meet their conflict or meet their going to success their work, and they will go for a sadness. So this normally we can see among all this. Next, another one is immediately they will change their peer group. So till now whoever there, and they're suddenly they're going to change it, or maybe they'll start avoiding the positive friendships. So those who are against to their activities or against to their opinion, definitely they will start to do that. As another one is, and disregarding the rules and regulations. This age normally we find it, they will less respect to the rules and regulations. So they have an excitement and challenging, and they want to be joyful in this age. That's why they do not want to be strict onto the rules and regulations. So that's why these are activities we can see them how the people are reacting, and these are the we can easily find that this in this way we can identify the teenagers are in what kind of problems they are facing. Yes, sir.
Right, agreed. We have, I think we have a list of problems, as you rightly mentioned, all these problems, among the adolescents we can find out. So, yes, Deepak ji, यहाँ पर आपके लिए एक question आता है, as we came to know about the problems as shared by Dr. Kariyappa. So, what are the effects of these problems in children's life, जो इस एज में है, adolescence एज में है, और सबसे बड़ी चुनौती उनके माता पिता के लिए है? कैसे आप कैसे बताएंगे?
Yes, sir. So undoubtedly, as a kid, as a growing kid, और जब आपको एक right parenting नहीं मिलता है, you face several challenges. I request Kariyappa sir to please change the slide. So these are the effects. So the top, as we know the topic, what are the challenges an adolescent can face if there is no proper parenting. So number one problem, it can be like adjustment problem or maladjustment in the society. In psychology, it is very important that you should be able to adjust yourself properly wherever you are placed. In an example, if I am sitting right now in front of you people and suddenly I start dancing, it will be termed as maladjustment. So I am not being able to adjust myself. So the moment is a child, a grown-up child, I will say, age around 12 to 14 something, he is not being able to adjust. It shows that there is a problem. So as a psychologist, find those keys, and those keys will lead us to the further major problems. Another is symptom, you can say, that is depression or lower self-esteem. I have seen many people, many students from the age, from class 9, 10, they feel very low about themselves. Oftenly they complain that, sir, मुझे कभी मौका नहीं मिला. I never got the chance what I wanted to do exactly. Many times teachers didn't let them to move further. And it brings that anxiety in them. हमेशा एक palpitation बना रहना. The moment they think about exams or some, competition, they have some sort of heart palpitation. Massive sweating उनको आना चालू हो जाता. What it reacts, it leads to aggression. And aggression doesn't mean only कि they will do tantrum. Aggression can be मैं अब किसी से बात ही नहीं करूँगा. They go to many times silent mode. So as a parent, we all should notice all these points in a student. And as a parent, I feel like many times a parent is one of the best counselors for their student, for their child actually. And they start facing relationship trouble. I have seen this trend in people that kids are not talking to their father. Father don't have time for their kids. Girls are like much more into their own room. So there is a proper communication gap is being built. And this communication gap definitely creates a trouble. Then lack of emotional support from parents may lead or bend child towards negative elements of society. Sir, we all know that drugs is one of the major, reason about which we should be get aware now. There is no proper age of getting drugs. There are many schools, there are many, 8th, 9th class students are getting into this trouble. And we need to take this matter very seriously. You go outside, as an example I am telling you, you go outside to have food when your own stomach is not, full. अगर आप घर से अच्छा खाना खा के जाएंगे, आप बाहर खाना नहीं खाएंगे.
Right.
अगर आपको घर में वो प्यार नहीं मिल रहा है, you will seek that love outside. और वो जो love आपको बाहर मिल रहा है, वो जो लड़के हैं, many times they are, they have a proper gang कि अरे ये बढ़िया बकरा मिला, let's use his money.
Right.
And they divert your mind कि अरे your father is not loving you, come to us. And this is the age when students start smoking, they go for drinking, they go for substance abuses, all these things, and they don't like their family. They love their friends more than their family. So the moment a father, mother, or an elder brother, sister, they see these type of problems, they need to be get alerted, because again, as I said earlier, sir, it is one of the most important and crucial age. अगर इस एज में बच्चे को सुधार लिया, his life can be really great. But अगर इस एज में we're not being able to tie up that rope properly, it could lead to a bigger problems. So this was from my side.
Right, agreed. There is a long list of doing such things. मुझे लगता है कि let's moving ahead. We have hardly 8-9 minutes in this session. So करियप्पा सर, we have a question for you. और बहुत ज़्यादा यक्ष प्रश्न यदि इसे कहा जाए तो गलत नहीं होगा. What is the role of teachers in adolescence?
Yes, sir. So normally we consider teachers are second parents. So we never consider as a teachers, and they are also considered as a parents. So when you think about a parents, so how they are, means in a school also the parenting should be a must important in this age, and we need to be taken care in all the manner. So like all the personality development a context like a physical, social, emotional, mental and spiritual, all these areas we need to be taken care. So in such situation, teachers need to be provide a suitable environment for everyone. So irrespective of a boy or a girl or irrespective of their background, we need to be taken care. We need to be worried about such a kind of a sports or practical activities according to their energy, according to their interest, and we need to be worried about that. So providing a suitable environment is the most important thing for the teenagers. Next, another one is to have a proper knowledge about adolescent psychology. Every teacher should have this knowledge, because when a child during an adolescent age, how he will react to the situations, how he is going to behave, and how he is going to talk, and what are the changes can occur among the teenagers. So we can see that if a teacher is aware about that adolescent age psychology, then definitely they're able to meet or they're going to be lead successfully. And another one thing, rendering the proper education related to the, especially in the sex education. So here the much more hormonal changes, and there is a kind of a attraction towards the other sex or other gender is mostly occur here. That's why a teacher must aware and must able to provide an education which related to them and what are the changes occurring in their physically and also in mental process. Then take care about the special interest of the children, because every child is different. Everyone has their own interest. So accordingly, a teacher need to be considered and need to be respect their interest and their views and their opinion and whatever they're having. Next, another one most important is arranging the guidance and counseling sessions for the students.
Right.
So based on their interest and based on their career plannings are based on their whatever the interest are like providing some kind of responsibilities to the kids or need to be arranged some guidance and counseling programs will be helpful and is easily meet the problems of adolescent age.
Right. So
Yes, sir.
teachers role is very important. So Deepak ji, now is your turn. What is the role of the parents? आप counselor हैं and I'm sure बहुत सारे बच्चों के माँ बाप आपसे आकर मिलते होंगे and they have shared some stories with you and some problems as well. So उनका role क्या है? Precisely would like to know from you in just 2 minutes. We have hardly 5 minutes in this session.
Sure, sir. So, role of parents, to be very clear, sir, initially, whenever a student come to us for counseling, we ask to meet their parents first, because पहली counseling हम parents की करते हैं, because they are the one who wrote their destiny directly or indirectly. I request Karyappa sir to please change this slide. So number one role is to friendship. There comes a age when you have to be their friends.
Right.
Father have to talk to son like, और बेटा घर में क्या स्कूल में क्या चल रहा है खुल के बता.
Yes.
हमेशा आप फादर रोल में रहोगे कि मैं बस डांटूंगा तो काम नहीं चलेगा. I know फादर जो अपने बेटे को ये भी बोल के रखे हैं, बेटा I know you will drink someday, but I promise you one thing, whenever you will drink, you will have first drink with me. So this kind of friendship is very bonding is very important. इससे बच्चा फ्री होता है to keep his words in front of parents. आप बच्चों को जितनी फ्रीडम देंगे, बच्चा उतना खुल के आपके सामने आएगा. एंड आपकी जो हैबिट्स हैं एज अ पेरेंट्स, डेफिनेटली दे आर देयर रोल मॉडल्स. इसी एज में बच्चे कहते हैं कि माय रोल मॉडल इज माय फादर और मदर. एंड देयर कम्स द इमोशनल सपोर्ट अनडाउटेडली. आप मेनी टाइम्स आई हैव सीन पेरेंट्स complaining, sir, I am giving him everything, still he is not behaving properly. I said, what you have given? Sir, iPhone 13 लेकर के दिया है. सर एक गाड़ी खरीद के दी है. I said, टाइम दिया क्या? सर बोले उससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है सर? स्टूडेंट्स को टाइम चाहिए. I agree कि to a certain limit they need objectification, but they also need time. And as a parent, you have to show them कि what is positive attitude towards life, how positivity can bring miraculous result in life. अगर एज अ पेरेंट आप ही हमेशा नेगेटिव रहेंगे, बच्चा तो बैठा ही है आपके सहारे. And many a times people, I really don't know why father and mother don't want to answer questions of their kids. They just feel like अरे बेवकूफ है, पागल है, पूछता रहता है पता नहीं क्या क्या. वो आपको लग रहा है बेवकूफ है, पागल है, but trust me, those questions are really important and they are shaping his life and his career. तो जैसे एक कुम्हार एक मटके को बना रहा होता है, वो जो एज होती है सर, ये वही एज है. एक बार पक गया तो वो फूट जाएगा, चेंज नहीं होगा. अभी आप जो चाहे बेस्ट ऑफ द बेस्ट स्ट्रक्चर ला सकते हो, बट यू हैव टू गिव टाइम, यू हैव टू बी देयर व्हेनेवर योर किड नीड्स यू.
बहुत बहुत खूब कदम रखने होते हैं, बहुत ही ज्यादा क्रूशियल टाइम होता है. बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने. और यस, फ्रेंडली नेचर होना आपका बहुत जरूरी है. यहीं पर आप उनको उनके मन की जान सकते हैं. थैंक यू वेरी मच दीपक जी, आपने अपनी बात यहाँ पर रखी. वुड लाइक टू मूव अहेड विद द लास्ट क्वेश्चन. वी हैव हार्डली 3 minutes. सो डॉक्टर करियप्पा, हियर इज अ क्वेश्चन फॉर यू. अभी तक हमने जो भी डिस्कशंस किए वो सिर्फ एक समस्या थी, उसको हमने जाना, समझा और कैसे एड्रेस करना है. बट द मेन टास्क इज टू प्रोवाइड द सोल्यूशन. अभी हमें समाधान देना है हमारे पूरे जो भी दर्शक हैं जो हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं. सो व्हाट कैन बी द बेस्ट वे ऑफ पेरेंटिंग मेथड्स और टेक्निक्स, यदि हम कहें तो व्हाट वुड यू लाइक टू शेयर इन इट?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the first most important thing need to be understand by parents and even every teacher is adolescent age is a conflict is normal. The conflict between the either in a school or at home it is normal situation. So there is nothing to be there. It is not a bad thing. But the situation need to be understand and provide a stable and safe and loving home environment. When you able to provide that, such a loving and stable environment for the students, definitely will come out from the conflict and definitely will succeed from that area and definitely will say that yes, I did this work and I am able to do that with the support of my parents, with the support of my parents. So such things we can see that a conflict is normal. When you see that normal activity automatically will be there. Another one is you need to be create an atmosphere for honesty, mutual trust and respect. So this is the another most important thing when a person give clear guidelines. So when you have trust on your kids, when the same thing also developed by the others. So this way we need to be mutual trust should be there. And for example, a kid is going out, an adolescent is going out, need to be you put some conditions. Conditions in this is guidelines. Yes, where are you going? So when you are going to come back, with whom you are going? Such kind of questions need to be asked and need to be have aware about it. What they are doing, how they are doing, where they are doing. So this such kind of atmosphere, if they are able to create with honestly and mutual trust, definitely it is going to be useful for them. So this is another one most important. Next, creating a culture of open communication at family meal time. So actually earlier already Deepak sir mentioned it. So communication gap is too much. So when there is a communication gap, automatically start problems. So that's why at meal time, at least in a evening or night time, when they are having a meal time, definitely whole family members should sit together and have a discussion. So at least this time will be more useful to be express their own views or express their problems at the day, and definitely this is also going to become a successful thing to meet the problems of adolescents. Another allowing age appropriate independence and assertiveness. So here we should not think that they are kids. We should think that they are already, I said earlier also, I said it, they are young men and women. So when we are considering they are a little adult, definitely we need to give some kind of independence. So no need to be a strict, very strict. So need to be give some freedom and should see their views and what they are. And we'll see that there are assertiveness also. So such kind of activities will help them and will make them successful to come out from that age. Next, developing a relationship that encourages your child to talk you. When you have such kind of closeness, such kind of open talk with the kids, automatically students will come and express whatever problems they are facing. And even if it is with a teacher or with other parents too also. So such kind of activities are need to be provided. Next, teaching a responsibility for their belongings and yours. Definitely, this is the most missing concept in teenagers. Please be Be aware about it, how long you are going to teach their responsibilities like belongingness and their viewers and what they are and what their role in the family or what their role in the school. So these responsibilities will make them successful and make them cautioning every time how to behave and what to behave. So this is a way we need to be taken care. Next, teaching basic responsibilities of household chores. So we need to involve them in our own activities. At home, we need to be involved in some kind of small household activities. At school, we need to be involved in some kind of which is helping others, and we are just bringing here and there and helping to the small kids and helping to the some other teachers. Such kind of all responsibilities, when they are going to share, automatically it is going to be helpful for them. Next, teaching the importance of accepting limits. So when a parent and when a teachers, when they are going to express their life experiences, whether it is failure, let you just explain that things. So when did you fail that? So if in that situation, if you are there, how you are going to behave? Such kind of limits or such kind of kind of problems, if you are going to explain, definitely the students are going to be get like a kind of a positive energy, and they feel that yes, let me see in this situation if I am going to be like such. All these activities can be done. Next, another one is teaching important of think before act. This is the most important. So whenever, because of over energy or because of all this sudden changes among the adolescents, so before they are going to be react to the situation, they need to be think and react. So when they stop, when they have a pause for the reaction, automatically definitely it goes to be in a right way. So these are the major remedies for the teenagers or adolescent age.
Right. I think जो हमारा पूरा सेशन है full of content है for all the stakeholders of this session, students and their parents and their teachers, सभी के लिए. Dr. M.S. Kariyappa, thank you very much for joining with us with this wonderful content and the concept. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Deepak Dubey. As a practicing counselor, you have shared your deep thoughts with us. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. It was great talking to you.
थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर बोथ द पैनलिस्ट. और हमारा ये रोल ऑफ पेरेंट्स इन एडोलेसेंट एज पर आधारित आज का हमारा ये सहयोग सेशन यहीं समाप्त होता है. हमारी तमाम इस प्रकार की जो प्रस्तुतियां हैं उनके लिए आप जुड़े रहिए पीएम ई विद्या चैनल्स के साथ और देखते रहिए यूट्यूब चैनल पर हमारा ये एनसीईआरटी का ऑफिशियल यूट्यूब चैनल. फिलहाल मुझे और मेरी पूरी टीम को दीजिए इजाज़त. नमस्कार.